Greetings from Lithuania. My name is Paulius. Today I'm going to talk about what are the differences between our neighborhood countries, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. But before jumping to the topic, I want to ask a question. How many times you have heard the word AI already? It's a midday. 10, 15, 50? Raise your hands. 50? Okay, still there are some hands of 50s. Nice. On a previous speaker note, 1 year ago, it was 100. So actually people were raising hands. And there is a joke that, you know, each time when you hear AI, you drink one shot, you have one shot. So in the midday, you're just half of the audience. I don't have a pointer, actually. Yeah, this one. Cool. So before jumping to the topic, I won't talk about AI. I think that the hype is already gone. This is the era of just playing with AI. It's finished. And actually, people who are responsible for P&L, they expect ROI, return on investment. So in 2022, yes, GPT came to this, you know, our world. But after 4 years, it's zero profit. I mean, nobody knows how to, you know, to prove for business, you know, all these solutions which came to the world. So I don't want to sound, you know, very pessimistic. I understand that, you know, that change is already here. But does anyone have already AI implemented solution? And you already calculated what is your return on investment on this? Is it like in e-commerce? Yeah? Okay, okay. One person, cool. And I have a bit of deja vu feeling, so I was too young, you know, to experience that. But there is some kind of, you know, euphoria versus reality, you know, and I'm coming back to the point where it was dot-com crisis before 2000. We haven't experienced that in 2000, you know, what experienced California, but there is like a really strong message, especially from one of the top voice of LinkedIn, Benedict Evans, who says that one of the strongest memories from the dot-com bubble was the sense of euphoria and the pressure to capitulate. So those companies who are working on AI, they have a lot of pressure actually, and they see that it doesn't work. Like 90% done, but 10% is not still done, and they don't know when. And the cost is extremely high. So that's about AI. I hope that I'll cover AI topic and then we can jump to a search session. I'll continue this crash course. The previous speaker was talking about search, Google search, and you know how to deal with the Google search nowadays. I'll try to cover that topic about e-commerce search, your internal search. So this engine which actually you can control. So how big is the problem? So e-commerce search, internal e-commerce search exists, this business vertical exists around 15 years. And how big is the problem? So the problem is a pretty big one. Those numbers are real, and by Forrester, 80% of online shoppers abandon search when they can't find products. So this stats is already here. It's still here, and it's not already, it's still here. McKinsey, more than 70% of consumers expect personalized experience. So personalization is very important. And BEMARD, which is UX UI Institute, worldwide institute, 70% of e-commerce search tools fail on simple product queries. So these numbers are pretty big one. And you might think that, okay, this is frustrating, but it works. I mean, your search, it works. You type something on your e-commerce store and you get some kind of result. And if you are coming to your IT department and you would ask, so maybe you would come to your office you would talk with your IT guys and you would ask, what is the situation with our search? Maybe your IT department would say that everything is fine, 90%, 99% is covered, it's uptime. But the thing is that IT department is calculating, they have technical measurement, and you are responsible for actually P&L, and you are responsible for managing findability, and you are responsible for profit margin. So those are important steps to investigate this problem, which appears. So in recent, I'll share only 2025 stats. So we had more than 1.6 billion search queries or search intentions in Baltics, included Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. And we collected a lot of analytical data, and I'm happy to share with you what we find out. So what is a united factor between those countries, Baltic countries, and what separates us? So let's start. Filter behavior. So filters, dynamic filters, they are connected with search. And one of the stats is that 30% of all e-commerce users use filters during search. What does it mean? It means that 70% doesn't touch filters. Why? They don't work. Yes, exactly. Good. Thank you. Of course, there is like a saying that Gen Z generation use like Slack approach when they just, or from Google habits, they are trying to use only search, but actually filters is like a foundation and they need to be integrated into search. The top filters from our stats, from our analytical data, from all previous experience, that those are top filters: price, brand, color, size. But also there are filters which almost never used. So it's like internal SKU, hyper-specific technical specs, occasion, shipping options. And one of the advices that I think that we need to to look deeper a bit about the filter analytics and just to see which filters your visitors are using and which ones not, because you have limited space for them. So you need to see this solution as a dynamic thing. Another insight, we are calling it the 2 to 5 rule, or in other words, say search patience gap. So your user is coming. Let's say you own the most expensive real estate property which you have, and you have one employee which is working in that real estate property, is old librarian, which is not the best performer. And you are going and you are asking for let's say, for a specific book, not for a specific book, but for, let's say, science fiction book. You don't know what you're looking for, but you are asking for advice. And usually you're not receiving any answer, or you are not receiving any solution. And you are trying from 2 to 5 times. And after 5th time, you are going to your competitor place, to another building. So this is what is happening with digital environment in Baltics. And this number, I would say, this is the most important number which I find out on all our analytics, which I want to share. 30% of top search results get, the top search result gets 30 of all clicks. So what does it mean? That actually the first place of the result, 30% of users clicks on that result. And you have from 2 to 5 times. Then we have top 3 results get 60%. So it means that 3 results, like you type something on search, so you have position 1, position 2. Position 1 is beachfront property, 30%. The second and the third is another 60, and then there are leftovers. So actually those 3 results, 3 positions, and from 2 to 5 clicks are the most important. If you are not getting intention, the right intention of your visitor, you lost your session. This is very dramatic numbers for us. We couldn't believe that, but it's true. Long query behavior, the behavior nobody predicted. It's a 80% growth in long queries. So our assumption is that we used Google search for more than a decade. Now we started to use GPT, Claude, whatever, and we expect all the time the same actually on our internal stores, not only on Google search, but we also expect that it's going to be in e-commerce site. So the queries are getting longer. So it was like 1, 2 keywords, now it's 4, and it's increasing. So the habits are changing. So it's just, you know, people get used to new habits, and we see that it's growing. Another like interesting stat is that we've noticed that growth of AI bots, it's skyrocketing. And I already have some stats from 2026, so the numbers are even more dramatic. So bots are everywhere, and we have historic tipping point. More than this year, it was a release note. One article showed global statistics that more than half of worldwide internet are bots. So it's 51%. And we have good bots, we have bad bots, we have humans, and we need to deal with that. So, you know, we need to know which we let in and which we don't want, you know, to let in. So this is very important stuff to understand that half of internet are bots. So this stats which I showed you is, you know, more united between our countries. Now I would like, you know, to share what are the differences. So let's start with Estonia. Estonians treat search bar like a command line. You also have this you also have this long tail SKU searching. So actually, Estonians, they tend to search for longer queries for some specifics. And also, Estonians buy a lot of from foreign e-commerce sites and like Amazon or Temu, AliExpress. So actually, it's like a price check mission. So we notice that behavior. And also language. So actually, you have really high expectations that all these nuances of your language. Actually, I was asking a question about carp of one of the Estonian, how to find out when there is a box and when there is a big fish, because I didn't figure out. And he said, good question. So actually, you have a lot of those nuances, and you have high expectations that that those nuances are supposed to be sorted out. Lithuania. Lithuanians, they have the highest page 2 click rate. So actually, we are discovering those products. Also, unlike Estonians who search for specs, Lithuanians search more for brands. And also, Lithuanians rarely finish typing in full word. So if they have to hit enter to see results, you already lost half of them. Latvia. So we noticed very heavy filtering. So actually, they are using heavily filters, and Latvians don't just type; they refine. Information hunger. So it's about that. We've noticed that Latvians, they have such a queries as, let's say, Omniva delivery price or DPD return policy. So they expect that search would give more broader results than just, product results, but they expect that frequently asked questions, let's say, would be integrated, and expectations are higher, from general information. And they are Latvians constantly looking for such words as sale or discount. So actually, this deal keyword is very important for Latvians. Black Friday, one of the most important period in e-commerce for everyone, and this is a very specific timing when, usually 1 month is like 4 or 5 months for some e-commerce businesses. Some of them even maybe bigger. So what we noticed here, peak time. We Lithuanians, they are morning hunters, so we have peak time from 10 to 11. Then we have, it's supposed to be not midday work shoppers, but maybe, it's midday. So Latvians, they are mid-work shoppers. So usually it's during lunch break they have this, and Estonians, you have actually from 9 to 5. I don't know why, but yeah, it's like so. To conclude, Estonians, they are methodological and sustained. Latvians, they are patient but purposeful, and Lithuanians, they are targeted, decisive, and fast. Okay, favorite color. That's a good one. So we have Lithuanians, they have green, yellow, and orange, twice popular than Estonians, let's say. Latvians, 30% black. Latvian shopper, they didn't come here for excitement. It's almost 30% relative to black, and it's also leading colors as white, pastel, like calm color palette. And Estonians, gray is as popular as blue. So it's also interesting. So actually, we just noticed that we are so different actually from user behavior. So what you can take out from this presentation, so then I realized that maybe I could create some kind of advices which you can just take out and just to share to your office colleagues. So first of all, we need to treat those 3 countries differently. If you would put one campaign for all, so it won't work. So we are different, and it needs to be separated. Configurations, recommendation loggage, campaign timing, as we noticed, is important. So let's treat it differently. Audit filters. So it means that it's not about filters, but it's about maybe language nuances, that we have different language and different logic, how we are looking for information, so it's also important. Then audit filters, so you just need to kill those filters or delete those filters which doesn't perform, or you can just hide those filters. So actually you just have an audit of your filter analytics and just give highlights for those filters which are popular. Number 4, structure your data from machines, not just for humans. I think many speakers already covered that topic, that bots are coming to the store. You need to recognize, is it good bot or bad bot? And if it's good bot, this bot doesn't care about, your designer team, which moves, 2 millimeters to the left, 2 millimeters actually is JSON file. Bot comes and collects all the data which it needs. And instrument your search bar like a revenue engine. So it's not about keyword match anymore. It's about relevance, that you can give high profitability margin products, to show as on the top position. And opportunities. What opportunities do you have? So analytic detox. so I mentioned that there are many bots, but the thing is that sometimes e-commerce merchants see that traffic usage is increasing, but conversion is decreasing. They don't know why. Usually, there is a reason that analytics doesn't match reality. So you need to figure out which analytics you need to count and which one is not relevant. What really happened after 2022 that we already have public free algorithms, search algorithms, and also synonym database. Before 2022, synonym database didn't exist. For example, if we would like, to enter, I don't know, Portuguese language, at least 2 dedicated people need to work manually from early morning till late evening. Each day, they would be dedicated people for synonym database. Now you can extract from those LLMs and have all the graphs of synonym database. And high relevance and high margin equal profit. So I'm just saying that search can provide you with search, actually, you can configure your results that more profitable goods and more profitable goods would be on the top, and also those goods who are in your stock also would be more relevant, that you would sell those products which you want to sell. Closing thoughts. And yeah, my time is finished. More than 100 years ago, it was a store, and these 2 guys, they meet you, they ask a question, you are coming with a challenge, you are coming with the questions, and definitely 100% they will find a solution. They will find you a product which fits your needs, actually, and it was a dialogue. Those guys, they are brilliant, and they keep conversation with you. They keep a dialogue, so they will never disappoint you. And then it was 1950 when the supermarket was born, and we fired those personal assistants, and efficiency went up, scale went up, but the dialogue disappeared. And I think that now, and then it was 2000 when we forced humans actually to speak machine. So we ask for, let's say, running sneakers, and the machine says, I only know athletic footwear. So actually we were like a detectives. And now actually we can start dialogue with a scale as it used to be more than 100 years ago. So conversation starts now. Thank you very much, and hope to see you next year with 2026 stats.
Thank you so much. So many good insights, like really practical takeaways. Unfortunately, we're out of time, so we can't take questions.
No problem.
But I'm sure you're here, so
yeah.
Anybody who wants to discuss Baltics exports. So another round of applause, a little gift bag. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.